Hey everyone, my name is Arun Gupta. It's been a long time since I've uploaded a YouTube video, and I'm glad you guys are here to see it. Today, we're going to be talking about an American's experience living in St. Gallen. So, to give you context, last semester, as a college student, I was doing a study abroad semester in St. Gallen. You're like, what is St. Gallen? St. Gallen is a city in Switzerland, right? So, many people know Zurich, but St. Gallen is like northeast of Zurich. And that was where I stayed and I studied um, during my time there. And we're gonna talk about a lot of things. First up, just going there. Man, the flight was so long. I was so tired. I said, "What the hell was going on? Like, I just can't do this." Like, we went there. I was exhausted. We had two, three luggage suitcases. It was a hassle trying to bring all that to the room. And this is, let me tell you, a guy who comes into a new country, not knowing what the transportation is like, where to go, how to even get from Zurich to St. Gallen. It was a pain in the ass at that point, right? I didn't know what to do. I had to go around asking people like for help, and like luckily they knew English because damn well I don't know fucking German. Like there's no way you're gonna expect me to be like, hello, like saying some German shit that's gonna work. Like that's just not happening, right? And luckily I was able to go from Zurich to St. Gallen. Man, that was a struggle carrying all the luggage and going into my apartment. It was just a pain in the ass. Honestly, I'm gonna be real. Like it's a pain in the ass. But in the end, we moved in, and then from there, everything was pretty straightforward. Like they explained the moving process, what to do, and the apartment was really nice. Like I had four at the time. I had four roommates. They were all 30-plus-year-old people. Right? This is the first time. Keep in mind, this is the first time I had roommates that were 10 years older than me and plus. Like I was having a hard time connecting with them. The people in my building were like, "Oh, they're super chill. They're super nice." And yeah, they were super nice, good to talk to, but like they were always doing their own thing. They were always skiing every weekend and they were hanging out with their own group. And they already solidified a friend group. Me coming in, it's going to be hard for me to enter the friend group. In life, um I'll give you an example. Like going into Emory, everyone has their own friend groups, and if you don't have a friend group, you're basically screwed. And that's not just for Emory, but for mainly college. And it's rough. Right now, I don't have a friend group. Um, it's unfortunate, but like I know a lot of people. Yes, I do, but like I'm not in a solidified friend group, which makes the weekends kind of boring. I would love to go out, have fun. Now being 21, I can finally drink. Never had a drink before, so I would love to see what it's like. But yeah, like it's good to have a friend group, but in Switzerland, right? To go back to the story, those guys that were 30-plus-year-old students, they had their own friend groups. So I couldn't really hang out with them. It was kind of awkward, but luckily, sorry, I'm saying luckily, but luckily they left after a month, so I had the whole apartment to myself, for like 3-4 months, and it was super nice. Like, oh my god, I loved it. The apartment was like a few rooms, a kitchen, closet, two bathrooms. Man, it was like the dream of my life. Like having all that to myself, it was nice. Like you already know, shit went down, but it was super fun. Like I loved it. Um, but also like the university, University of St. Gallen, very very good university, right? It's a very well known prestigious university. It's actually the number one school in terms of like master's programs, so it's actually really really good. Um, their professors, everyone speaks English. They're super chill. Some of the local students, sometimes they're nice, right? Like, let me give you guys an example. Like, when you go to Switzerland, a lot of local people, they're very quiet. They don't really talk to anyone else. They just keep to themselves. So it was very hard making friends with the locals in Switzerland. But there's a few local friends that are actually down to earth and were willing to have a conversation with you. And that honestly made me feel a lot better. Um, but most of the time, like I had lots of friends with exchange students. So I actually had a solidified friend group over there, and that was really nice. I'm saying, like, when you have a friend group, everything is a lot better. And being in Switzerland, I had my own friend group, made a ton of friends, went to a lot of parties, had fun, kept a good work-life balance, or at least I tried to. It's kind of hard being like, oh, you're going to an exchange country, right, as an exchange student, and people are like, oh, you should study. Well, it's kind of hard to study when it's like you want to travel, you want to explore the cultures, you want to see what it's like in Switzerland, you know what I mean? Like, you don't really have much time to study. So it was May, and like that was when the finals were, and I was talking to some of the exchange students. they didn't even start studying. Some people were studying the night before the exam. Like it was crazy. Um, but luckily, like we were able to get it done. Like you know what I mean? Like you gotta do, you gotta do. Like procrastination, it sucks, but we just get through it. So, but overall, like the university was really good. Like they had really good facilities, and I liked it. But the classes were way too hard. It's way too hard. And for an exchange student, they should make it a lot easier or be nicer towards exchange students. And in my reality, they were not fair towards the exchange students. I was expecting like, oh, we will get a curve, you know, for exchange students. Like I was hearing that there was gonna be a curve for exchange students, or like they were gonna grade easier for us, but that was simply not the case. I wish I actually studied abroad in Spain only for the reason of having easier classes and having better parties. I mean, yes, you know, the drinking culture and the club scene, everything was great in Switzerland. Don't get me wrong, but it could have been better. You know what I mean? Like I think if I had gone to Spain or something, I would have had a better time. But the people that I met there, like the exchange students, they were really really like cool. It was good meeting people from all over the world. Like obviously at Emory, you don't really find lots of people from like other countries. There's a few international students, right? But when you're going to like a different country as an exchange student, you're getting to meet people from all over the world, and it's just fascinating hearing about where they come from, what they do on their daily life, their culture, and yeah, it was super interesting. And you just build a lot more connections that you just didn't expect to create. And I just had a like overall like really really good time there. But let me tell you about St. Gallen. Like St. Gallen, I'm not gonna lie, it's a shithole. Like I literally, oh my god, like bro, there was barely anything to do. Like there was the Abbey, right, which is like next to this church. It's like a main church of St. Gallen, but not many people go there. Like you know what I mean. And plus, I'm not even Christian, so like why would I even bother, right? You know, just going for the sightseeing for the tourism. The food there is terrible. Holy shit! Like as a guy who loves food, like you cannot go to Switzerland. Honestly, if you want to be an exchange student, don't go to Switzerland. Definitely not. I'd rather go to Spain, go to any other country because they have better food. Switzerland, they do not know how to cook there. Not at all. Their food is terrible. Man, well, sometimes there would be days where I have a like a falafel or like a chicken shawarma or like a kebab, right? I would be having a chicken kebab like almost every day. And sometimes the McDonald's, sometimes Starbucks, because their local food was terrible. In fact, they did to have restaurants from other countries to make it seem like their food was good, but their local food was terrible. One of my friends, she was like, yeah, like in Switzerland we make like potato and rice. What the fuck is that? Who makes fucking potato and rice and expects it to be a whole ass dish? Terrible. Like not it. I do not recommend it at all. Like it's not it. I feel bad for the people in Switzerland. They deserve better. They're getting treated like shit in terms of food. Another thing about Switzerland, also St. Gallen as well because it's included. Everything in that country is so expensive. They don't even have the euros as their currency. Their currency is called the francs, and the francs is not as strong as the euro, but it's still pretty damn expensive, right? Like $1 was like 1.3 francs at the time, and like man, they charge so much for food, drinks, everything. Like for an average person living there, you get to spend at least $2,000 to $3,000 every month just for the basic necessities. It was ridiculous. I'm not gonna lie. Like it was very very expensive country. Like you need to have like either like a sugar daddy or like a financial aid to help you out because honestly, you're a lost cause if you don't have any of those two, and you're gonna be screwed. You might have to be in debt or loans, or you're just gonna be fucked. No way to simplify it. I'm just gonna be straight up about that. No sugarcoating. But yeah, like it was just crazy how expensive it was. Like for example, we would go to see like a soccer game, or what the Europeans call football. You know, sorry about that, but that's just how it is. Like America calls soccer, that's how it is. But we saw a soccer game, but getting a beer, right? It was like 6 or 7 francs, which means it's like, you know, around like 8 or 9, maybe $10 just for like a pint of beer. It's a ripoff. Like it was such a ripoff. Like I don't know how those locals pay for it. Like I guess they have like high wages, like high salaries, because otherwise like there's no way I'm paying like $10 for a beer. Hell no. Like when I went to London, right? They were selling beers for like 2 or 3 pounds for a whole pint. which is like maybe $4 or $5 at the most. But that's really really good. Like that's actually such a good price. You know what I mean? Like not like $10 like in Switzerland. That was ridiculous to me. That was kind of insane. A bunch of other American exchange students also said the same note. They were pretty disappointed about the price of everything, and like coming back to America, I felt blessed. Like, oh my god, the food was better. I knew what to get. Like, I had a better lifestyle here. Like, people were asking me like, would I ever live or work in Europe? Maybe, but the only reason I would work in Switzerland is only for the money, only for the wage. Otherwise, I would never work in Switzerland, man. It's hard to make friends there. You can get pretty lonely. The food is terrible, and if you don't know German, there's a language barrier as well, right? So just like any other country, you have to know the local language. Otherwise, it's going to be a struggle. Yes, people are adapting to have more English speakers in the country, but it's best to learn, for example, German in Switzerland or French in France or so on, so that you'll be better in that country. You know, you won't have a hard time. But who knows? Maybe I might move to a different country. We'll see. But for now, I like living in America. For me, when I came back to America, I realized how much I took a lot of things for granted. For example, the bed in my apartment. See, like, do you see this mattress right here? I'm gonna show you guys right now. This is the mattress. It's high. You have a high elevation. But in Switzerland, this mattress topper was on the ground. There was no furniture, no frame, nothing. Like, I was literally lying on the bed, which is on the ground. It was ridiculous. Like, I didn't like it. There were so many bed bugs. Even after cleaning the room every day, there was bed bugs and shit like that. Like, the amount of bug bites I got was insane. Oh my god, I was in pain. I had to buy bug spray in Switzerland. I had to take out the trash like actually every single day. I made sure I cleaned the food, everything, because when the summer came, like the amount of bugs that came into the room was insane. I could never open a window that time because bugs would just come in and out. In January, February, like that time, when I opened the window, it was so cold that I actually woke up in the middle of the night just to close the window because it was that cold. The wind was insane. But you know what's crazy was that it was snowing in February. So like when I was walking back from school, it started snowing, and I hate the snow. Living in, you know, Georgia for most of my life, like I'm not used to the cold weather, and that was just terrible. Like, and they put it in Celsius. Like I was like, as an American, I'm like, yo, what's going on? But it was like, you know, 3-4 degrees Celsius, and that's like really really cold. And I was like, yo, what is going on? Like I just don't like it. I was suffering. On the day that I had to get my new ID card in Switzerland was the day that it was snowing hard, and I barely had this puffer jacket on, and it was a struggle. Snow was on my face, on my glasses. I was trying to wipe everything off. When I came in, I looked like a homeless wreck. But hey, we move on. We live and we move on. You know what I mean? So that's just how it is. But yeah, like, you know, overall, like St. Gallen is a pretty good city. You know, I made lots of friends, had a good time. You know, shout out to the Holy Trinity group. Like, if you know, you know. Respect. They made my experience a lot better. Yeah, I just had a lot of experiences and memories that I'll never forget. Made lots of friends that hopefully I can stay in contact with. You know, the thing is that you make friends, like in high school, right? You make friends. When you go other places, you have to make friends. But the one thing that's super hard is to keep in touch with them, right? Sometimes it's just hard to, like, you know, talk to them after a while because they forget about you. And like I still have some high school friends right now that I hang out with, but it's not easy. Like we don't really talk like that anymore like we used to. And same for these exchange students. I talk to a few exchange students, but I don't talk to all of the exchange students that I met. It's just kind of hard these days, unfortunately. But one thing I recommend to everyone is that try your best to stay in contact with the old friends that you made, because it can take you a long way. And I kind of regret that in a way. There's people that I wish I stayed in contact with. I can try reconnecting, but we'll see how it goes. You know what I mean? I don't really count on that. But yeah, like the flight back as well. The flight was super long. It was actually kind of sad. Like when I was, the day that I left, like it was really really sad. Like moving out and leaving Europe, because I actually love Europe in those span of few months. Like, yes, I did say like a few minutes ago that I don't know if I would live there, but the friends that I met and the parties that I had just made the experience so much better. And it's like, I promised some of them that I'm gonna come back to Europe and see them, because man, like we had such a good time, and just everyone leaving, and the chance that we will never see each other again is just sad, man. Like, it's unfortunate, but hey, that's life. You know what I mean? So friends come and go, but the real ones stay around. So shout out to them. But man, there's just a lot to say, but it's so hard because I'm trying to say as much as I can, but I honestly love the experience wholeheartedly, like being sincere. I came back to the U.S., felt great, and honestly, like it was different. Like in Europe, everyone would like stare at me because um, it's really rare to see like I'll be honest, it's really rare to see like a brown guy in Switzerland, right? Like the majority of the country is like white. So like when you see someone like me, they're like everyone is staring. I'm literally walking on the street, just minding my own business, and everyone's just looking. Like it feels a little intimidating at times, but I got used to it. I got put my headphones. I was zoned in. Same as school at Emory right now. Like I sometimes when I'm by myself, I just walk my headphones on. I zone in, just walk where I have to walk, and just mind my own business. Unfortunately, people in Switzerland don't mind their business. It is what it is. You just got to deal with it. Being a foreigner in a new country, that's just how it's going to be. People are going to give you looks, but that's life. So, unfortunately, life isn't fair for all of us. And I wish it wasn't like that, but hey, the best of the best survive. So, it is what it is. But yeah, overall, I do recommend doing study abroad. It was a great experience, and just traveling to other countries as well during that time, and seeing how they have fun, what their culture is like, what they do. One thing you could do is also stay with like a local family in the country, right? Let's just say for some reason you want to go to Russia, right? Right now, not the time to go to Russia, but if you want to go to Russia, if you stay with like a local Russian family in that country, I think you will have a better experience than just living in a hostel with random people or like anything like that. Because if you're living with a local family, that's the best way to immerse yourself in that country. And I wish I did that, but time was a constraint, and unfortunately, I couldn't really live with a local family. I actually didn't know who to reach out to regards to living with a local family or like what website to use. But maybe in the future, I might live with like a local family because that would be a great experience, and I would love to do it. We only got one life. Why not live it to the fullest, right? So that's what we gotta do. But yeah, I had a overall great experience. I like saying over and over again. It's been so long since I made a YouTube video. It's been so long that I grew a beard, right? Last time you saw me, I didn't have a beard. Like I'm already aging. I'm already old. I'm 21 now, so it's great. I'm finally a full-on adult. It's weird being like, oh, I'm finally adulting now. Like, I don't feel like I'm there yet. You know what I mean? Like, it's a lot for someone to like step in from college to an adult life. It's just you step into that life, you don't really get much teaching or training. You're just put out there, right? It's like you're going into a forest by yourself and you just need to survive, right? You're on your own against other people in the world, and it's just like the best win. And honestly, they're like, "Oh, good luck," and I'm like, "Yo, what?" So that's how I feel right now going into the real world. But we're gonna survive. We're gonna thrive. That's what I'm here for. That's what I do. When the challenges come, I don't back down. That's just who I am. No matter how hard it gets, you keep on going, right? You just can't give up. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, there's times where I'm like, oh, fuck this. Or like, oh, fuck this, I'm dropping out of college. Or like, fuck this, I'm not doing this or whatever. But you just got to keep on going. Damn, I sound like I'm preaching or I'm like motivational. But anyways, you guys see the Kanye poster in the back? I'm in my new Emory apartment. Had to decorate it a little bit. And yeah, life here is good. The semester has been going well so far. Fall 2022. Hoping this senior year, this last year is amazing. Trying to make as most memories as possible. Trying to talk to lots of Emory friends I didn't talk to last semester since I was in Europe. And yeah, we'll see what happens. Hopefully life goes well, and hopefully life goes well for you guys too. I mean, I really appreciate you guys who are watching the video right now. And for all my new viewers, like, welcome to the channel. Like, if you like, you can come, like, go down to the bottom, subscribe, like the video, share it to your friends. Let them know that I'm back on YouTube. And yeah, thank you guys so much. We're close to 200 subscribers, so The more subscribers, the better. My dream will come true from 100, 200, 300 to 1,000. My one promise I'm gonna make to you guys is that I'm sorry for the lack of YouTube videos. I just been going through a lot lately, and I just haven't really posted much. But I'm gonna start posting more content soon, right? Not giving up. We're gonna be posting more and more videos daily. Who knows? I might have a vlog or something too, maybe more interactive. I get nervous or like have lots of anxiety when I do vlogs or recordings, but I'm gonna just get used to it. I'm gonna act like I'm a full-on professional vlogger, like David Dobrik or some shit like that, and just go with the flow. So yeah, that was a lot spewed out at you, but I just hope you've been listening so far. You've been paying attention at least, but I want to appreciate all you guys for watching. Thank you guys so much. Again, my name is Aryan Gupta, just your typical college student for now. And yeah, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you guys so much, and peace.